Namaskaram guys, what's up? Today I'll be sharing my experience about inner engineering. So it's a course offered by Isha Foundation. So I'll be sharing my experience about it. So why did I even take that course, right? That's the first question that comes to your mind. To be frank, I've always been a guy who liked to experiment a lot of stuffs. I've always been intrigued about how stuffs work, and I've always been interested about how nature and mathematics are so deeply connected, to be frank. Like, it's beautiful. And coming to the point, I was really fucking bored with everything that was happening around me, to be frank, right? I mean, the college, the work which I did, like, nothing made sense to me. Like, nothing made me feel alive. Nothing intrigued my mind. Everything was so damn boring. Especially college going students, you would connect to me really easily, right? Because they're feeding us with crap, dude. I mean, this feeding us shit which is not gonna help us in any way whatsoever in the future. And trust me guys, if you're going with that shit, I'm asking you to cut that shit out, because every day it's making you fucking dumber. Trust me. So of course, so that's the scene. That was the scene. And I was looking for something that was really interesting, and guess what? The answer was drugs, substances, right? That's the only interesting thing which is right now, which is over there. So I just hopped on to everything, any substances that I could, get my hands on. Trust me guys, it is way better than college, to be frank, right? It's really interesting. I mean, it expands your perspective a bit, and yeah, it gives you that thing, that feeling, like it makes you feel good, like you experience something more, right? But trust me guys, it is never enough. That's how we humans are designed. It's never enough. And I really like, substances are great, but only disadvantage I feel is it fucks up our faculties, man, especially your focus, your memory. Fuck, it'll all be fucked, right? If you are intense, like if you use it too much. And I'm like, this is not going to happen. So I was completely hooked onto it. Then I was exploring still more, like what can be done, and then this crazy thing happened, and I met this fucking crazy, super cool dude, super hard to figure out, one of the insane guys out there, and he's like superhuman level. He's functioning at a superhuman level, to be frank. So that guy is none other than Sadguru. Like, I have huge gratitude and love for him. By the way, I call him grandpa, right? Like, I genuinely see him as a grandpa. And especially in my gang, in my friend's gang, we call him Ajir. That means grandpa in my mother tongue. So then I started, he used to make so much sense. You should listen to him speak. He speaks like perfect. So I started listening to him, and then he talks about getting stoned naturally. I'm like, what? Look at me, I'm stoned all the time, right? That's his dialogue. I'm like, what? Are you serious? Okay, this guy seems legit. You didn't lie, right? And I was like, okay, let me give this a try. And then he talks about yoga. What? Yoga. To be frank, I thought it was yoga is for women and gay people, I mean, nothing against you guys, but I love it. But right, that was the perception I had about yoga, to be frank. Now when I think about it, I was so fucking stupid, right? I mean, to be frank, yoga is such a very deep science, and I never really asked why. I had this, opinion about everything without questioning anything. Thanks to our education, we never really bothered to question everything. We just assimilate everything and omit it on the paper, right? Our whole education system is fucked up, to be frank. So I'm like, okay, let me give this a try. Let's see how it goes and all stuff. So I, enrolled to the course, and it was there for 7 days, and I went through the whole course. And let me tell you guys, it was really transformational, to be frank. It was next level. So, like, to tell you more about it, so I finished my course, a 7-day course it was, and then soon after I got initiated, and within a week, I made so many changes in myself. So I got really conscious about how I eat, first of all. So it's not it's not about veg and non-veg thing anymore. It's about food, right? The food you assimilate and eat is itself a deep science, because this is a very complex machine, right? After the course, you start seeing things in a very different perspective. Like, you have a different perspective about everything, and the way you look at life completely changes, to be frank. And how things work, all those things, because that shit is really mind-bending, to be frank, right? So that thing happened, and I got really conscious about what I ate, food. And I used to be a guy who used to have 5 to 7, 10 glasses of tea per day for no reason. Like, I just liked it. Then suddenly I stopped that. Of course, all kind of substances, like everything which I used to do, everything dropped off within a matter of week. And to be frank, it was not something which I wanted to do. Like, I was restricting myself from not doing it since it's bad or something. I don't really see it that way. It's perfect, it's great, but it has its own consequences, right? But it was not like that. It just fell off, because after the course, once I got very intense into all this practice, to be frank, I've been doing this for 1.4 years now. I've been very dedicated about the process. So rigorously I do my practices. It has completely transformed me. I was around 70 kilos, 8% body fat, lean, ripped, That's how I saw, physical health back then. Very Western way of looking at it. So much protein, so much crap, so much fat and all stuff. Right? Now I see it's very rudimentary way of looking at such a complex machine. So then I enrolled. After enrolling this, everything changed, right? So I made these changes, and people around me were losing their mind. They were fucking nuts. What has happened to this guy? Suddenly he's acting all crazy and all stuff. But I know what was happening within me, and I felt really complete by myself, right? I didn't need anything, any external stimulation to make me feel good or something. I was complete by myself. Something magical was happening, to be frank, after a few months. After a few months, something insane started to happen, right? Everything in my life went south. Anything that could go wrong went wrong. And bouncers from every angle, to be frank. But I'm so grateful. I'm so happy with myself that how I dealt with all those situations. I've been so graceful, dude. I'm like, come on, dude. I can be like this. It is such a piece of cake, to be frank. Like, the shit which I went through, it's insane. I can't even express it and share it. It's too personal and it's too fucked up, right? And I'm like, damn, how so beautiful I went through it. That's what I want to share, right? Anything, even now, like, so many shit are happening, but life, man, life is so fucking beautiful. You gotta cherish it, right? Cherish every moment that you're living. Breathe, take a deep breath and live life. So that's what it made me go through. It transformed me as a person, to be frank. I will tell you from the bottom of my heart. Like, it really changes everything, every perspective. And moreover, it makes you so fluid, Like, you become so agile, fluid, like, and slowly you start observing and realizing that there is much more to life than we really see, right? Because it expands your perspective, and there are different ways to perceive life. What we think is very logically, we think, okay, this is life, this is how it works, but life is very magical, guys. I'll tell you this. Like, it's full of surprises, complexities. It's beautiful, it's wonderful. But so that has been my experience, and it has been crazy ever since then. I've got a lot of stuff to talk about. That is one of the reasons I started this channel also, right? Yogic lifestyle, because there's so much myth, misconception, stereotype attached to it. I feel yogic lifestyle is one of the fucking best lifestyle out there, to be frank, right? I've explored a lot of stuff, right? I'm still open. I explore a lot of stuff still, and I feel this is one of the craziest science out there. And why am I making this video? Only thing is, it's Diwali, happy Deepavali, and Grandpa Sadhguru has given kind of a gift, I would say, like where it's free for everyone who registers on 26, 27, 28 before in these 3 days in inner engineering online. So all of you guys out there who are depressed, who have no clue what's happening in their life, and who are so confused or something, and nothing intrigues you, everything is so damn boring, I feel this is it. At least give it a try, right? I am not imposing my thoughts on you. I'm just genuinely sharing my experience, which I felt, and I genuinely feel from the bottom of my heart that everyone should feel this and see what a great science this is. Thank you. Bye bye.